Hey, I'm just popping on for a minute. I just wanted to show you what I did today. I cooked a chicken. Actually, I roasted a chicken and I decided to cut it in half before I roasted it. So I put it in the roaster. I cut it in half, but I seasoned it like I normally would. And I'm going to put one half of it in a freezer bag and put it in the freezer. So I'm making ahead meals. Now this is the kind of meal I would typically make for Sunday dinner. So now I've got 2 Sundays worth of meals already prepared. Or I could use the other half to make chicken and dumplings or something like that. So I'm going to put one half of it in a container. Such as this, and then the other half will go in the freezer bag. Let you take a look at it inside the roasting pan. So here it is in the roasting pan, and as you can see, I cut it in half and it browned up nicely, and I set it on a bed of carrots and celery and onions. So if you look there, you can see I've got lots of delicious broth that I can also pour off. The container that I'm going to put this chicken in for short-term storage is this Rubbermaid Brilliant storage container, and I really like these. They're so nice. I got a collection of them and I like the way they work. They've got like this little gasket around the lid to really just kind of make it fit nice and tight, and then they're stackable, so several different sizes come with them. And I'll put some of the carrots and onion and celery in with this. And we can have those as one of our side dishes. And then you just take this lid and you just press it down, pop it shut, and now I can just set it in the refrigerator. And now I'll put the other half in the freezer. And so I'm going to mark this freezer bag, and it is a Food Saver freezer bag. And I'll put the date and what's in it. And this is the gallon size bag. There we go. Sucked all the air out, now it's sealing. And I am just loving this Nesco American Harvest vacuum sealer. One of the things about the vacuum sealers is that sometimes they will suck up some of the liquid that's in the bag. And there was some liquid still on there, so sealed once, so now I'm going to seal it a second time. And you don't hear the noise the second time because it's just sealing and not vacuuming. So now I've got 2 seals on here. So here you go. So now I've got another Sunday dinner set aside for us. So I'll put this in the freezer. But I also want to save out the broth that I made. One carrot left. The carrot's delicious. Now look at that picture. I've got almost 1.5 quarts, maybe, just a little over 1.5 quarts of chicken broth. So as you can see, with this one chicken, I made 2 Sunday dinners and about 3 pints of chicken broth. So here's what I want you to think about, particularly to my young homemakers, as you work to make meals that are delicious, nutritious, and budget friendly. Take advantage of the time that you have the oven on to make more than one meal. If your family will eat the whole chicken, then roast 2. One chicken, you're going to pour in 2 cups of water. 2 chickens, you're going to pour in 4 or 5 cups of water so that you can have that additional chicken broth to flavor other meals. And this will save you a few dollars because homemade chicken broth is so much more flavorful than store-bought chicken broth, and it is just pennies on the dollar. And keep in mind that the roasted carrots have a delicious flavor. They will make an excellent side dish for your meal. And please note, I left them fairly large so that they wouldn't soften up too much, because the firmer they are, they tend to have just a little bit more sweetness, a little bit more flavor. But they are still somewhat tender, so your family should like them. And if you're thinking, my kids don't like cooked carrots, well, these carrots are a little bit more flavorful than, say, canned carrots and that kind of thing. And if you get any pushback, tell your children they have to take 3 no thank you bites before they can push away from the table. Because remember, just like you are learning to cook new things, they're learning to eat new things. So one of the things that you can do to generate excitement is to let them get involved. Maybe when you're shopping for groceries, they can choose the carrots in the produce aisle. Maybe when you're prepping the carrots, they can help wash them Or once you've got the carrots prepped and they've got their little hands washed, they can drop the carrots and the potatoes and the onions in the bottom of the pan to help create that rack that you're going to set the chicken on. That way, they're more excited about tasting or trying out that dish. Since this is Sunday dinner, it's always nice to have dessert. And when I was a kid, we only had dessert on Sunday. Peach cobbler is one of my favorites, and I do have a video that shows you how to make peach cobbler with a butter crust. I will link it with an iCard above as well as in the description box below. But it doesn't have to be that difficult. It can be something as simple as glazed apples. You just peel up a couple of apples, sprinkle a little sugar, a little cinnamon over them, maybe a little vanilla, and have some kind of a sweetened apple dessert. It could be something as simple as applesauce that you've warmed up and added a little bit of apple pie spice, a little sugar, just something nice and sweet. Or you can just open a can of fruit. The important thing is to make something that your family will love that won't make you crazy. For more budget-friendly meal tips and ideas, click the link on the screen and I'll see you over there. And don't forget to visit us at www.aprondiva.com.